When my own son told me I wasn't fun enough for their family cruise, after everything I'd done for them, my heart broke. But instead of begging for a seat at their table, I made one decision that flipped their entire world upside down. I never imagined my son would speak to me like that. His message buzzed on my phone early in the morning. I wiped my glasses, thinking I read it wrong, but the words didn't change. Mom, the cruise is just for us 3. Anita says you're too old, and it won't be fun with you. My fingers turned cold instantly. I sat down slowly on the edge of my bed. My heart felt heavier than ever before. I reread the message multiple times. Every sentence pierced a little deeper. Too old, not fun enough, from my own son. The same son I had supported for years. The same son who once cried on my shoulder after heartbreak. The same son whose dreams I carried as my own. And now he wanted a cruise without me, because his wife said so. I sighed quietly. I wasn't angry yet. Just stunned, I tried calling him. He declined. Then Anita texted, "Please respect our choice. Don't make this awkward. We need space." Space? From their own mother? I stared at the wall for a moment. So many memories flashed back. Birthdays, his graduation, his first job, his wedding speech. I was always there, always cheering him on. And now? I was an inconvenience, after months of helping them financially. After co-signing a house mortgage. After bailing them out of trouble repeatedly. I swallowed hard. I felt the sting of betrayal rising. I wasn't perfect, but I didn't deserve this. Their cruise was in 2 days. They didn't even invite me properly. They just excluded me, like trimming an unwanted detail from a photo. I looked outside my window. The morning sun was rising. A new day, but not a good one. Not yet, at least. I stood up slowly. I walked to the kitchen. I made tea with shaking hands. My heart ached with every breath. Too old, I whispered. Not fun enough. Was that really how they saw me? After everything? My phone buzzed again. Another message from my son. Mom, please don't guilt trip us. We just want a simple trip. Don't worry, we'll bring you something. A souvenir. As if that would fix anything. I took a deep breath. My eyes drifted toward a folder on the counter, the mortgage papers. My signature, my guarantee, my trust. Every page was written proof of my love, and they threw me aside like nothing. Slowly, an emotion began to rise. Not sadness, strength. The kind that emerges when someone has had enough. The kind that grows from wounds. I opened the folder. I read each page calmly. Something inside me clicked. A decision. A firm, clear, powerful decision. If they could exclude me so easily, then I could remove myself too, from their financial safety net, from their house security, from their comfort built on my sacrifices. I wasn't going to beg for respect anymore. I had given more than enough. And now, the balance needed to be restored. Fairly, I picked up the phone, not to call him, to call the bank. My voice was steady. Hello, I need to make changes regarding a mortgage I co-signed. The agent asked for details. I provided everything, calmly, precisely. Without hesitation, my heartbeat slowed. My mind felt clear. This wasn't revenge. This was self-respect. The agent confirmed my request. We'll begin the cancellation process. You'll be removed as guarantor. They will be solely responsible. I thanked her gently. Then, I ended the call. I exhaled deeply. For the first time that morning, I felt lighter. No bitterness, just acceptance. If they didn't want me included, then they wouldn't have me included anywhere. Not financially, not emotionally, not as someone to use. My phone buzzed again, this time from the bank app confirmation message. My name, removed their mortgage, unsecured. Their house, now at risk. I didn't smile, I didn't celebrate. I simply closed the app. Sometimes justice is quiet. Sometimes it's just letting people face the consequences. I sat back down with my tea. The steam warmed my face. I felt peaceful. Hours passed. My son didn't know yet. They were probably packing for their family-only cruise. I wondered when he'd realize. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe mid-cruise. The shock would be real and deserved. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was simply stepping back. Something I should have done long ago. Afternoon sunlight filled my living room. I looked around the quiet house. A home built by my hard work, my sacrifices, my time. And yet I was treated like extra baggage. Not anymore. I wasn't a burden. I wasn't disposable. I was a mother who had given everything, and now reclaiming her dignity. The hours rolled by. The day felt strangely calm. Then my phone rang. My son's name appeared. I stared at it. I didn't pick up. It rang again. Then a message popped up, followed by another. Then, another. The panic in his words was obvious. "Mom, what did you do?" "They called me from the bank." "Why would you remove yourself?" "This is serious." My lips tightened. He wasn't worried about me. Only his house, his comfort, his security, all built on my trust. I placed the phone face down. I didn't owe him an explanation. Not after being excluded. Not after being insulted. I let the phone buzz, and buzz, and buzz. Eventually, it stopped. The silence felt peaceful again. I poured another cup of tea, warm, calming. Today had changed everything. Not because of their cruelty, but because I finally chose myself. And little did they know. This was only the beginning. My phone stayed silent for almost an hour. I thought maybe my son had finally calmed down. But then the doorbell rang aggressively. I knew exactly who it was. I didn't rush. I placed my cup gently on the table, then walked to the door with steady steps. When I opened it, my son and Anita stood there. Both looked furious and terrified. Anita's face was red with anger. My son looked desperate. "Mom, how could you do this?" he yelled. I didn't respond. I just looked at him calmly. Anita stepped forward. "You ruined everything. We could lose the house." I folded my arms. "You excluded me from your family," I said quietly. "So I excluded myself from your responsibilities." My son's expression shifted. Hurt, shock, realization. "Mom, we didn't mean..." "You meant every word." I cut him off. "Too old, not fun, not family." Anita scoffed loudly. "It was just a trip. You're overreacting." I stared at her. It was disrespect. And disrespect has consequences. My son looked at the ground. His anger slowly melted into guilt. "Mom, I'm sorry. We shouldn't have treated you like that." Anita rolled her eyes again. "We apologized. Now fix it." That sentence sealed their fate. My son froze. He realized she wasn't sorry at all. Not even a little. I shook my head slowly. I won't be treated like a backup plan, or a wallet, or a burden. My voice was calm but firm. Anita crossed her arms in frustration. My son whispered, "What do we do now?" "Learn," I said. "Grow and treat people better." Anita snapped. "This is unbelievable." She turned and stormed off toward their car. My son remained standing. He looked smaller somehow. Weaker. Lost. "Mom, I really messed up, didn't I?" "Yes," I answered honestly. "But you can fix your life, not your house." He blinked back tears. "Will you ever forgive me?" "Forgiveness isn't the issue," I said softly. "Trust is. And trust must be earned." He nodded slowly. "I'll try." "Good," I said. "Start there." He walked back to the car silently. Anita didn't even look at me. The engine started. They drove away without another word. I stood in the doorway for a moment. The wind felt cool against my face. I wasn't sad. I wasn't angry. I felt free. For years, I carried responsibilities that weren't mine. I supported adults who treated me like a nuisance. I gave love where there was entitlement. But that chapter was closed now. I walked back inside. My home felt warmer somehow. Peaceful. Mine. I poured myself a fresh cup of tea. I sat near the window. The sunset painted the sky orange and gold, a soft reminder that endings can be beautiful. My phone buzzed one last time. A message from my son. Thank you for teaching me a lesson I needed. I'm sorry, Mom. Truly. I smiled gently. Maybe one day things would heal. Maybe not. But for the first time in years, I finally chose myself.